Yo guys, what's going on? My name is Matt, also known as StoneKoldSlayer, and today I will be showing you guys how to put up some shelves on the wall. I'm going to put my shelf, I'm pretty sure you can see me, right about here. So it's about eye level, or no, I think I'm going to go a little taller than eye level. So I don't have an exact height in mind, just what looks right. So this is about my second video doing this, so hopefully I got a little bit better of an idea what I'm doing. I will show you guys the tools required and then we'll hop right into it. Without further ado. Alright guys, so you will need a screw gun, impact, same thing, or a drill like the one I got in my box here. You don't necessarily need to use an impact, that's just what I prefer. Some people prefer drill. You will need a stud finder. A tape measure can definitely come in handy. A pen or pencil is very useful. And then obviously the screws to put the shelf onto the wall and to attach the mount to the shelf. So, if you notice, there are two different length screws. One of these, the smaller screw, is about 5/8 of an inch long, which is required because my shelves here are about, let's see, these are like a regular piece of wood. It's laminated, not a real piece of wood. So it's 3/4 of an inch thick, like a real piece of wood is though. So 5/8 of an inch will not drive it through it because some of them you screw up through into, and some of them you screw, no, you don't screw them down. But when you screw them up, you don't want it to come through the surface of the shelf, and then you'll see the screw tip. So as you can see, it is right on the edge there, but we'll have that bracket so it'll hold it down a little bit, but it is plenty to hold it into the board. And then we have our long screw to bury it into our wall. So the first thing we got to do is find our stud, and then we can mark it with that marker. So for those of you that don't know, a good thing to note is that most tape measures, I'm pretty sure, I don't think I've seen very many that don't have it. Hopefully you can see this. Every 16 inches on your tape measure there's a red mark. So 16, 32, 48 and so on. But every 16 inches, every red mark on your tape measure should be a stud on the wall. That's what how far they're normally placed apart. If you find your stud and you go 16 inches over, there should be another stud right there. So that should be center of the stud to center of the stud, or edge to edge I suppose. But you'll always have a stud on your corners because the two pieces of drywall, and the 2x4s are like this, and then they put a piece of drywall over top of that, and a piece of drywall over top of the other one, butt together, and you get your corner. So there should be a stud right here, and we're going right here, so I know there's one here, and it may not be 16 inches apart from this one because it's 16, 16, 16, and then wherever they fall. Or if they start from this corner, would this way be 16, 16, and then wherever fell over there on the other corner. It will just depend. Anyways, just good things to know. So let's grab the stud finder and see what we got here. So with plaster and lath it's a little bit more difficult. It's a lot easier with drywall. I've got drywall here so it shows up pretty nice and easy. My stud finder's got a little pencil so it'll make a mark. Not that you can probably see that from there on the camera. So I got one there, and let's see, just out of curiosity. Let's take this marker and this pencil, mark 16 inches over. I do want to go to the corner, so it might be 16 inches off the corner. It is not, but yeah, I want to put this shelf pretty close to my corner. So we'll just make a tiny little mark right here at the end of the tape. There we go, up there. Doesn't look like much. Now if we check it, I bet you there should be a stud right about here. Very close to it. Yep, look at that. Then 1/4 of an inch of my mark, so they're good. But I do want to go here. So there should definitely be one in this corner. We can double check just to make sure, but beep, and then beep. Let's read the edge of it because it's probably, yeah, whatever. Anyways, not worth it. So these are the shelf brackets I got. These ones are over-under shelf brackets. I thought these looked cool. I'd never seen these before. So you can either, so your shelf sits on top of it and then your bracket goes up beside it, which I thought was pretty cool. Or you can do it opposite, I think, as well. So here, like so, came with something. TV mount probably, never took it out of the package even. So. There you go. You can also definitely hear it when you hit a stud as well. If you do not hit a stud, you will not hear anything. Pretty much it'll just go into the wall and it'll be loose in there. If you hit a stud, it'll squeak, and when you get it all tightened down, you'll definitely hear it torque down on the stud you hit. I don't think I mentioned, but they screw these screws at any hardware store. There's definitely sell them at, oops, that's kind of, they definitely sell these at Menards. I'm sure they sell them at Home Depot and Lowe's as well, if you guys have those where you're at. So there we go, put this one side on, laid this other side up there. I just decided to set it on top because I don't want to cut my shelf down to 16 inches for it to hit the stud from here to here and then hang it over. So we're just going to put it underneath this way instead. So I don't know if you can tell from there or not, but we are, level is right about here. Alright, got the screws, everything's all level, brackets lined up with the stud, looks all square. Alright,